Hey folks, hi. This being from the hospital. Yo, we can control the sounds. So this video is about why cops are quitting. My opinion of why they made their own mess. And also this channel we do different things. We do political stuff like this. We do different things. We go out, do slideshows. Try to make this channel more interesting. Do different things. Just like focus different things. Help you do a metal detector, do some things for you guys. So you guys don't have to. I'll do the work so you don't have to. The only thing I ask is like and subscribe, leave a comment. It'll help the channel. So they're saying like 194 police agencies retirement is up by 45%, and restoration is up 18% because all the crap is going on. I mean, if cops made decisions not to cover their own buddies. Also, the history of like police wives. I mean, they'll if a police wife is caught DOI, they'll let her go or give her a ride home. Give her a little lecture. But their attitude is like they're above the law. My history with cops is only a few times I deal with good cops. All the rest is just nasty attitude. One time, I was going one mile above the speed limit one time, pulled me over, and I was treated like crap. Like I was going like 85 miles per hour and a 25 hour song. I was going 26 and 25. And this guy Daniel Sparrow and stuff like that. You know what I mean? This is be a legend. It's like he's like all proud of himself or yelling, and he knew I can't really say anything back. Um, I like to give more about the laws, but this video's not into. We'll do that later on. But I encourage you to learn your laws, your rights, because cops don't care. They'll violate your laws. The Constitution's right for them to lie. And the biggest wake up call through the whole thing, the Ryan King, what happened to him in the 90s, how he got beaten up, that should be a wake up call. None of this happened now. This should have happened back in the 90s or before then, the Ross riots. Um, People have been telling this for years. NWO is telling been telling the brutality of cops. They don't trust cops. There's a good reason why people don't trust cops. And it's been going on. There's no changes. And these cops suddenly they're losing power. And the reason they're resigning because they have no power. They're losing their power. They're not the God mentality anymore, and they don't like that. If they want to treat respect, it goes two ways, but they don't show respect. I mean, the main thing, my point of view of the whole thing is they go after the poor. If you look poor, they go after you. They do like judge people, and they're gonna in their minds you're guilty. They're gonna being stopped by a cop is being, they're going to find something on you. It's just be mum. Even if say they'll make some stories up, they're trying to have their investigation. You don't have to say anything. If you're being detained, don't say anything. Only way they can show your ID if you're being arrested. That's the only time you should show your ID or the crime. Is there a crime? A big of a crime. But they have to be more thing. They can't use the word suspicious. Suspicious is not a crime. Suspicious is a point of view. And their violation, right? Their YouTube channels right now. They're showing you how cops are. They're not your friends. They're not your friends. Don't think you're. The Constitution didn't. Also they say the Supreme Court say they don't have the right to protect you. Look that up. You know what I mean? It just they're not good people. I don't trust cops. My honest opinion, and I got a good reason not to. It's my right. You put in the comments, blah blah blah. That's fine with me. But it's his years, and once again, Ryan King thing should have been a wake up call. With having the cops, and it's kind of sad. I mean, every 20 years there's going to be another riot because cops did some stupid action. If they look what he did wrong, try to correct their mistakes, try to not cover their tracks, and try to get rid of the bad cops. Oh, I get tired of Fox News goes like, oh, there are lawyers, there's bad apples, yeah, bad apples ruins the whole thing, and they should get rid of the bad apples. And, the one place you should get rid of bad apples are the police department, and that's one place you got somebody that could affect somebody's life, they have weapons, and they make choices, horrible, and sometimes horrible choices that ruin other people's lives. And if they should. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but if they're upset if people get trained like crap, you're doing the public. Every job you have, you do with the public, you're gonna be treated like crap. And you know what I mean? They want to make this, be a bunch of babies quit because oh, I don't get the respect I deserve. But most jobs are thankless. Every job you work at, you get treated like crap by coworkers, employees, public, wherever your boss. You get treated like crap, and they're crying. Oh, I don't get the respect anymore. In the public, you don't hardly crap. It's kind of a shame, you know what I mean? I mean, the majority of people I deal with the public are decent people, but they're always like that 3 or 5% of people are treated like shit. Honest opinion. And you should be a cop. You can't handle that kind of pressure. You should become a cop. You gotta realize if you go in public, that's what I mean. You're a public service. You know what I mean? But the Karens will use as cops a weapon. They'll make some stuff up, and cops will show up and they'll take the color side. I just noticed most of the time you look West Beat, they'll take the color side thing, and then there's always been a suspicion. Cool, but already take what I mean. Doesn't mean someone calls me a being a suspicious person. Doesn't mean I'm doing a crime. Suspicious could be anything. It could be sure like wear. It could be the shirt I've been wearing, cover my skin. And, you know what I mean. Anything odd. This country has weird hatred towards people who are odd or different or express themselves. And the cops for years, look at the gay rights in New York. You know what I mean? You know, there should never be a law being gay, and never should be a law. Or it's really stupid how this country's run. And cops, they should they're too much responsibility in what they do. They don't know how to deal with people with mental illness. You watch a bunch of videos, people with illness. They don't know how. Automatically think the person on drugs or drunk, automatically guilty. Instead of talking to the person or trying to figure out. Because they're not trained. They can't train cops for any kind of issues. But it's wrong. I think way they made their own decisions. They made their bad choices. They don't get rid of the bad cops. They don't let other cops tell other cops, say, hey, this guy's not a good cop. Well, look at what happened to George Floyd. They had five, was it 4 cops? 3 on top of him, one was choking them, one was just standing there. Now, one of them say anything, hey, this is wrong. You should be on his neck. What kind of protocol is there to be on somebody's neck like that? It's ridiculous. And they're trying to figure, they find every kind of loophole. Where it's kind of funny, the whole loophole thing. They're trying to find any kind of, it was the sauce or something, his art. You know what I mean? You're on somebody's neck. He's passed out. He's not breathing no more. Okay? It would never happen. I mean, maybe they did panic a little bit, but there's other ways of doing things. They had a cop. Look at Ryan King. They had plenty of cops retain him doing the whole thing. He was on his knees crying, begging them to stop, and they're just hammering. And this is the courage. This will be the first sign to film cops. Honestly, everybody should film. I mean, they're trying to find education. Cops will be some BS. I can take your phone from you, or you're hitting my authentication. But you should look at your law in your state. I'm not going to get into that, but look at your law and say how far can you be. They have put a tape, a crime scene, but they say a lot of BS. Know your rights. Even look at those lawyer sites that explain, make copies of it, try and mirror certain codes. I mean, you do audit and learn your rights. You know what I mean? That's what I say. But also, when you get pulled over, be polite. Say it's less possible to show your ID. You don't have to tell where you're going. The best way to do it when they ask you how fast you're going, do you know how fast you're going? Just say yes, and that's it. And they'll try to pressure you to say things. Don't be afraid of them. Especially when you're saying you're being, suspicious, you're being detained. And if you show your ID, they'll get argument reason. If they think so, if they're taking forever, and then arrest you, that means they're going to arrest you. They will arrest you a long time ago, because it'll be instead of half an hour, it'll be under 2 minutes. So I encourage you to know your rights. Film cops, encourage it. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.